Hi, thanks for checking out our channel. What this video is going to be about, hopefully, and most likely, is how to maybe test and repair this thing. But the bad thing is this is an old style unit. This is Zareba SP3 3-mile unit. They don't make any parts for this unit anymore, but we can at least show you how to maybe take it apart and test a few things. They make a newer one now as a 3-mile or 5-mile unit. I think there's parts made for those, but these are kind of a junky little thing for the most part. They're not a very well built thing, but I mean, they are what they are. They're cheap and cost, so people buy them, but not a huge fan of these things for the most part. I gotta find the right tool to take the dumb thing apart to start with. I don't remember what this thing takes to get it apart. I think it's this bit right here, but I'm not 100% sure. We're going to try this one here. It's not really grabbing real well. This is a, well, first off, let me tell you a little about us. We're an independent repair shop. We just work on these different brands of electric fence chargers for people, old style, new style. We try to repair boards and what we can to, keep the old ones going, but we might strike out on this little thing, but we're gonna give it a whirl and see what we can do for the guys that own this thing. If you go down the description area down below, our website and everything's down there. We can get a hold of us and write comments down below as well. But in the description area, it's got a link to our websites, which is fencerfixer.com. Fencer and Fixers, spell the F as in Frank. It's down in the description area, but you can go. I'd show you a business card with my information on it. I can't find a dumb thing. But anyways, we're gonna kind of talk about this unit and kind of go through it. Before we even open it, let's just well, it says on-off switch not working. Seems stuck. Yeah, it is stuck. Well, it's in the well, I guess a good thing is it's stuck in the on position, but God dang, it is stiff, but it doesn't come on. There should be a little red light here that comes on, and it's not flashing. I'll hear it clicking. But let's take this screw out, a little Phillips screw. I think this is a small 6-volt battery inside here. So let's see what happens. There. Come on. God dang, get off there, stupid wire. See a little corrosion on there, so maybe it just got stuck on there with some corrosion. 6-volt, 4.5 amp battery. So we're going to test this battery. It doesn't come on at all, so maybe it's just battery. But let's 1 point. Oh, you can't even see the thing. 1.8 volts on a 6-volt battery. That battery's no good. Let me put I got a power supply over here. Let's put a load on it and see if it actually will take a charge. I got 7 volts going into this battery, and there's no amp draw at all on my power supply, so this battery is shot. Turn this light back on. Next thing I'm going to do, maybe it's just a battery. We got to get that switch to get unstuck first, though. So I'm going to take it apart and see what we can do with that switch. But let's if we'll be able to do it or not. Let's I'm going to take this power or this meter here. I'm going to go with the unit's turned on. It's the only downside. I'm going to test across here. See, the power supply, the switch is turned on, so there is a draw because the unit's turned on. But usually, with the unit turned off, usually out in the sunlight, you get about 7 volts or so across your battery wire. So I'm just testing across here like this. But the thing's turned on, so there's a load on there. So I can't really test the panel correctly until I get the unit to turn itself off. So just for the hell of it, let's apply power. turn the switch off my power supply. I'm going to hook up my positive and negative to it. Like I said, this is already turned on the bottom. So I'm going to turn my power supply on and see what happens. Oh, I can hear it clicking. It's a good sign. Can't see it flashing though. It's all clouded over. Let's put a tester on there. It's pretty quiet, you know, it's not very loud. It's like there's two little metal studs from the ground. Oh shit, we're getting 7,000 volts. So this unit is technically working. So let's turn my power supply off. So right now it just needs a battery, but we gotta get that switch to get unstuck. And then we gotta be able to turn it off and be able to test the solar panel. So let's see if this bit that I've got, which this is a, the new ones I think are a tamper-proof Torx. This one's got like a tamper-proof Allen head screw on it. So you need an Allen head bit that has a hole in the center there. And it is a size, it says S2 or S3, I can't tell. But it's tamper-proof. Let's see if this thing will work. See, it's just not quite right. It's just, it acts like it wants to grab it, and it just won't. See, it grabs that one pretty good. So I don't know what we're going to be able to do with that screw right there. Let's see if we can get this one. See? Pulled that one out. Pulled that one out. This one, let's slow the speed down. Can't get to grab that one. Well, what are we going to do? So I got another bit that will grab it. I can get, whoops, I can get a small flat screwdriver in there to kind of grab the sides. Maybe. I don't know. It's probably wishful thinking. No. But I did bust a little tab off there, which is nice. So maybe this will get in there better. That or somebody tried getting into it and boogered up that without the right bit. They got in there, tried to take it apart. Maybe rounded it out. Let's push real hard. No, still won't grab it. Let's see if I got another bit that will fit. Too small. It's probably too big. It's a little too big, but it kind of fits. It's a T20 Torx. It's tamper-proof, but let's see if I can get it. Ah. It's not the right bit, but we kind of broke that little tip off the middle of that screw, and we're able to get the T20 Torx, even though it's an Allen head, able to get it to get it in there and mess with it. All right, well, there's the inside of it. It's got some cobwebs in it. So you can see all the little stuff inside here. All right, there's the switch right there. So what we're gonna do is, everything in here works, it seems like. So we're gonna unplug these wires off the switch. It's like yellow was on the right, blue was on the left. Move that solar panel out of the way. And let's check this solar panel now that we got the wires disconnected, so now it can't turn itself on. Let's lean this thing back, and we're going to test across this back side of this or the fence or the battery wires. Now the unit's not able to power on because the switch is disconnected. So if you turn the switch off or disconnect it, shit, it's not any better than what it was. Damn. So I think the solar panel has got issues, and they don't make solar panels for this little guy anymore. So God. So even though this is good and that's good, solar panel's bad, battery's bad. Can't get solar panels for them, I don't think, anymore. And I don't think I've got a junk one laying around I could install, used one I can install on the side of this thing. So this is lost cause. Let's try one more thing. Let's follow these wires. Solar panel wires. Let's unplug them. Looks like your positives are up top. Negatives are down below. Let's go across the solar panel wires themselves. Maybe the solar panel is fine and the battery's not able to, or the circuit board's not able to allow the solar panel to travel through or something. Let's see. No, shit, no better. We should be getting like over 7 volts. We're getting about a volt. I mean, it's in the light in the room, but I would think you get more than that. I guess I could take it outside, double check, but kind of a cloudy day. But let's just assume it's bad for now. See if we can get that switch going again. Well, just those wires out of the way. And we're going to push the 2 tabs on in the inside. We're pushing in, pushing down at the same time. That will help get that switch to kind of pop out there. There's a switch, but yeah, it's pretty. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so it's moving. It's probably just got a bunch of gunk on the inside. These are pretty ate up too. So let's we might be able to bring the switch, make the switch work. Let's spray a little WD-40 down inside there, see if we can loosen it up some. And WD-40 doesn't hurt electronics, so you don't have to worry about shorting out or anything. I'm going to let it sit there and kind of do its thing for a minute. I'm going to tap on this to try to help maybe loosen things up on the inside. What we'll do is we'll try to work the switch back and forth a bunch. A lot better than what it was. I can do it with my fingers now. So I haven't cleaned those contacts on that switch. We had some like arc spots, or whatever they want to call them, on the contacts on here. All right, let's test the switch and actually see if it's actually good. Now we can turn it on and off now. It's just got some crap built up on the inside. Let's put our tester on continuity, which is that little speaker symbol right there, which basically how you test a fuse. Put on that little symbol there. If you touch the leads together, it beeps, it's good. If it doesn't beep, then it's bad. Or it means it's open. So on the switch, 0 is off and that 1 is on. So if it's over here on the 0, if you touch across the 2 terminals, it should not beep because it's off. It's open. Okay, if you turn it on, put it across here, it should beep. Switch is good. So got that working. So we're going to go ahead and pop this switch back in. Plug these wires back in. I think it was blue on the loose connection there. Oops. Squeezed it a little too much. Might be able to make that work. Come on. Get on there. Squeeze it a little too much. All right. Cut it off there. Put another connection on there. It's a standard size 1/4 inch spade connector. That's got some crap on it too, some corrosion. Only thing I've noticed is when I put it back in, this thing's kind of pop back out, so we need to pop these tabs out a little bit more. Let's plug this back here. This goes over here, and then see if we can. Ooh, that's kind of corroded there on this little board. It's got little bitty Phillips on there. See if we can pull that little board off. Let's see if we can clean up that little see if we can clean up this little deal here. Oh, let's see. How am I going to clean that? Because that's a kind of a small hole again. Let's just spray a little WD-40 in there. And maybe on the outside, that's where it's really boogered up at. Some of that scratch on it. See if I can get some of that coating and corrosion-looking stuff that's inside there out. And your can of air. Let's take the WD-40 on there, and then we'll take this little Dremel thing so we can get that outer lens to squeeze it up a little bit. Yeah, it's really faded. It's just oxidation on that plastic. Can't hardly see through it. You should be able to see right through the thing, basically, but not anymore. You can't. It's just been beat on by the sun. I was looking at it, I think it says PP0506, blah, blah, blah. I think 05 is the year it was built, so it's a 15-year-old unit. But these are back when they still were pretty good. They're not the greatest anymore, but they were pretty good back in the day. I want to see if this light bulb flashes. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply switch on or off. Switch is off now. Let's apply power to it. Turn our power supply on. Make sure these stupid wires don't touch by accident. And then we're going to tilt it on its back a little bit. Nothing's touching. I'm going to turn a switch on and we're going to see if that light flashes. Let me turn the light off. No, see this? Either the bulb's burnt out, or with that corrosion being on there, I see all the white crap there in the middle of the board. That bulb's all corroded. So I'm not going to put a whole lot of time in this thing because this is probably fine. It looks okay. But I imagine the bulb's shorted out or something. I wonder if we can clean it off there. Maybe if you clean it, maybe we start working again. Let's see if we can just buzz it off there. I doubt that's going to help, but I'm sure it'll help. I don't think it's going to fix that thing. Let's turn it back on my power supply again. Yeah, it's clicking, but the light's not flashing. So, probably needs a new diode put on there, but I don't think the solar panel's any good, so there's not really any point in going through it too much longer. So now I guess I got a spare board and spare transformer now, and because it needs a battery. It's like 20 bucks, 15 bucks, 20 bucks, whatever it is for a battery. Solar panel, I don't think I've got one anymore. I don't even know if we can get them anymore. I don't think you can. At least one that for this version. Maybe for the newer ones you can, but I don't think they're the same size and shape. I don't believe. I think you have to buy it as a whole thing. I don't think these panels are like glued on there. They've got some kind of like plastic spots on here, but I think they've melted it and kind of wedged in place, because I think you're going to end up breaking the panel trying to. It's like this tape, like sticky foam tape on here, so I think you're going to break the panel trying to get it off there. Prying on, it's pretty stuck on there. So, well, that's, it does work to a point. The board's good, transformer's good, and everything else is junk on it, so I guess I could part it out and got a spare board and spare transformer for a rainy day. But well, that's just a little video here. We struck out on this deal, but it's it is what it is. It's an old unit. They don't make much parts for it anymore. And I don't even know if the new 3 mile and 5 mile units that Zareba makes nowadays, Red Snapper or Blitzer, American Farm Works, whatever, the smaller solar ones of this style, of this brands and everything, of these brands, they don't make any parts for them that I know of, that I think of. But if you got a question on something or whatever, give us a call, shoot us a comment down below. If I was going to buy a new one, I'd switch brands. It was me. I'd go with a Gallagher, Parmac, or something like that. Power Wizard, Dare, one of those solar ones would be good. At least you can get parts for most of them. But anyways, like this kind of stuff, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up button. You like this video. We work on about every brand out there. So if you've got a unit that needs worked on, if it can be worked on, we'll work on it with you or work on it for you, and we'll help you out with parts and stuff if we can. But in the meantime, till we need another video of how to work on one or how one works or whatever, we will see you guys later on. Bye-bye.